Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Dove, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of the anime that I am personally most excited about here coming out in the year 2025. There are going to be plenty more coming out besides just the ones that I'm going to be mentioning here today. So if there's any that I missed that you're particularly excited about, go ahead and put them down in the comments down below. I'll make sure to try to check them out, give them a review, maybe do an art style breakdown on them. We'll just have to see. Number one on my personal list here is going to be the Chainsaw Man Reze arc. As you all know, I'm a big fan of Chainsaw Man. I think that it's one of the best pieces of work to come out of Shonen Jump in recent years. But as far as the Reze arc goes, they decided to do a theatrical cinematic movie release for this arc, which I think is a perfect idea. It's just small enough that it can fit perfectly within a cinematic release, maybe like an hour, 2 hour long movie. And I feel like with it being a movie, MAPPA can really take its time and make it as beautiful as they can, which is absolutely going to be worth it considering all of the amazing things that happen within the Reze arc in general. There's several things that I'm looking forward to within the movie itself specifically, things that I really hope they nail without spoiling too much. There are other languages used in this arc, and I really hope that they actually use the languages and it's not just a Japanese dub with a English sub. I know for a fact that if there is a theatrical release anywhere near where I live, and I do live kind of in the middle of nowhere, then I will definitely be going to see it. Maybe I'll even vlog the process along the way. I think it'd be really fun to see. I'm really excited for this anime to come out. Next up on my list, I just put out a Dandadan art style breakdown video, and season 2 has been confirmed to be released in July of 2025. It's going to be focusing a lot on that new character that was introduced towards the end of season 1, Gigi, and it will kind of follow his backstory, his whole arc, with everything that they set up with that house, the mysterious room in the building with all of those sort of paper seals hanging around. We didn't get any closure on what that was, and this new season will kind of go a little bit deeper into that and a little bit deeper into Gigi as a character as well. I think it's going to be really fun as a manga reader. I am almost caught up with Dandadan, and I can safely and confidently say that it's just going to get better and better from here. Next up is one that I wasn't ever thinking was gonna get a major anime release, and it's something that I hope is gonna get really popular now that there is an anime release, and that is Witch Hat Atelier. How do you pronounce that properly? Atelier. Okay, is it French?
How to pronounce this French word?
It is French. That makes sense. Next up would be Witch Hat Atelier. Now, Witch Hat is done by Shirahama Sensei, who is an illustrator that I deeply respect. I love her style. You could tell with her pen and ink style that she's very tries to go for almost this fairy tale fantasy aesthetic, and it's just so pleasant to look at. The series itself is a delight. It's a wholesome coming-of-age story that focuses on a young girl, and it's done in a perfect way that I feel like is tasteful, especially in the world of anime and manga, and I'm really excited to see how it will be adapted as an anime. I'd love to see more people on the internet discuss it and fall in love with it, because I think this is a series that is honestly kind of underrated. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any official release date yet, but we do know that we can expect it at some point within 2025. Next up on the list is a series that I've been following since its debut chapter within Shonen Jump, and that would be Witch Watch. Witch Watch is something that a lot of people weren't really crazy about when it first launched, with it being a very standard slice of life with no major overarching plot, sort of a very episodic adventure series, sort of a comedy. But I just love Witch Watch. I think it's so much fun. This series does so much wacky stuff. There's a chapter where they turn into Minecraft characters. There's all sorts of crazy stuff that happens, and that one has been confirmed to come out in April of 2025. So it will be coming out very soon, and I might do a video on it when it does. assuming that it's good, and that the anime does a good job portraying the manga, which I love so much and have been following since its debut. Then in October of 2025, we are expecting to see Spy Family Season 3 come out. Need I say more? It's Spy Family. Of course I'm going to be watching it. More interesting, however, will be Lazarus. It'll be directed by Shinichiro Watanabe, who is the director of Cowboy Bebop. Now, we don't know too much about this show, besides the fact that it will be done by MAPPA, and the fight scenes are actually... Let me get the cat off the desk.
お前はバカか。俺は鍵なのに。俺に近づくなか。ほほほ。死ね。
Let's go. What was I saying? It'll be produced by MAPPA, and the action scenes, the fight scenes, will actually be directed by the same director who did the fight scenes, or I guess perhaps even the entire movie for John Wick. So definitely something exciting and interesting to check out. It is an original anime with no base source material, so there's nothing to go read to kind of get an estimate on the story or the characters or anything like that. It's just gonna have to be something we watch and find out. Next up on my watch list will be the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle arc. Now, this is going to be a movie, or supposedly a trilogy of movies. This will supposedly wrap up the entire rest of the Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba story. We know that the Mugen Train arc, the Infinity Train arc, did a fantastic job. I think that with these sort of theatrical, cinematic, movie-like releases, they pretty much are always good. I'm looking forward to the Reze arc. I'm looking forward to the Infinity Castle arc. I think that doing more of these cinematic releases for smaller but important arcs within larger shonen-style storytelling is such a good way of doing it. You can have a high budget. You can have a full original soundtrack for it. You don't have to rely on any kind of OST based on the series as it exists currently. Overall, I'm super excited to see how Demon Slayer gets closed out, especially seeing as how Ufotable so far has completely knocked it out of the park with the animation. A lot of people even saying that Ufotable straight up carried the anime, or even just the series in general. And as a manga reader, having read Demon Slayer, I'm not inclined to agree, but I definitely think that they elevated the source material by quite a bit with their animation prowess. Now, obviously, there is a lot of stuff that I missed in this video. These are things that I'm very personally interested in. But with all of that said, please comment down below what you're planning on watching in 2025, what you're excited about. There's plenty of things that I missed here, so let me know. I'm curious. And as always, I've been Dove. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Goodbye.